the mic, talking day and spilling life, from trending memes to wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing? Girl, did you hear what's going down? We're lighting up this whole damn town. Strange and trending every week. Bestie vibes that'll never peak.
She ends up also fighting on Mike Tyson's boxing card.
Yeah, Mike
in like
Tyson's
1996.
boxing card is kind of what set her off.
Remember, like
80
back in the
million
day
viewers
on like cable TV when you
would,
had to go
like,
to like the pay-per-view channel.
Yeah, and you would like call and say that you want to watch this show at this certain time, and then I don't know what kind of like TV magic would happen to where they would like release the show to your screen. It would just pop up.
Yeah, like instant. Christy and Jim have gotten married.
Folks. Yeah.
Which is crazy because remember, there's a 25-year difference.
You know,
she couldn't see straight.
She was in danger.
Yes, and like it's her corner's responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and then I guess he must have fixed his hand, went and got a pew pew, which was
her pew pew from the nightstand.
Yes, it just sucks that like women always have to deal with shit like that. No matter what the fuck we try to do, well, you know, like there's always like
I get it.
Watch out for the creepy people.
Yeah, watch out for the creepy dudes.
Hey guys, welcome to Girl Did You Hear?
The ultimate bestie hangout. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kristen. Today is episode 86.
All the way to 86, guys.
Yes. Today we watched Untold, Deal with the Devil. So Untold is like a whole series. They have tons of different types of true crime documentaries.
Or just stories on people of interest.
Yes. This one is Deal with the Devil, which is the story of Christy Martin, women's professional boxer.
Yes. Kind of the front runner for women in professional boxing.
Yeah, super cool story actually.
Yeah.
I had no knowledge of who she was until we watched this.
Same.
Sorry guys. Which is weird because my husband's like super into like MMA and fighting.
I
and
thought a
all of
lot
that,
about you.
You know?
I have a couple questions when we get more towards the end of things.
Yeah.
While
So
watching
this takes place, the documentary came out in 2021.
Correct.
Her story began in like the early 1990s.
Yes.
I want to make sure I said that correct. Not 1900s. Well, it is the 1900s,
well,
but
yeah.
not like, you know.
Not what you're thinking.
Yeah.
1900s. Not the early 1900s.
Yeah, late. So she actually got into boxing by someone dared her.
Yeah,
in
she
college.
was goaded into it.
Yeah.
They're like, I bet you won't do this.
Into
and she was one
boxing
of those,
fight.
well, watch me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she got into the ring and then won all three of her little matches.
Yeah, and was just knocking girls out.
Right.
Like, no problem. She developed the name over time, the coal miner's daughter, because that's what she was,
right?
Which was kind of cool. Because she kind of grew up in like that small, very
West
not
Virginia,
even a town. She said
town,
like street, a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so the show obviously kind of goes through like her story and so forth, and how she grew to become this, you know, leading female boxer in the boxing world, essentially, right? And her amateur, like she was kind of just like training at this gym, and this guy was like, hey, I need you to meet this other guy.
Right.
And so he sent her to go to this gym, and initially Jim at the boxing gym. Yes. Didn't want to work with her because A, she was a female.
Right.
And secondly, he just had no interest. Like he's like, there's nothing.
Like, women don't belong
in boxing. There's not even a market for boxing.
Right.
For women.
There's like
right
nobody
now.
For you to fight.
Right. Like, so why am I going to waste my time training, you know?
Right.
And the guy was like, no, like you really need to just watch her or whatever. And so I guess he found a sparring partner for her, kind of matched her up and, you know, saw what she was doing. And he was like, all right. She
can take a hit.
Yeah. And she can throw a punch like solid. Like her punches were solid. But what he said the most was that she had a really good chin.
Yeah, she had a granite chin.
Which is crazy, but I totally understand obviously what that means.
And I mean, and I also have to put myself in the time where when Christy got into boxing, she was in her early 20s. Mm-hmm. And we have to also consider Jim Martin was in his late 40s.
Yes.
At this time. So there was like a 25-year, I think it was 25 years.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember exactly. I wrote the number down. But there was an age difference between
it was about
two.
25.
So he grew up in a different time than the time that Christy was still growing up in. But even still in the 1990s, where a lot of the world was still very homophobic and misogynistic, is that the right word? Kind of like male-centered, if you will.
For sure. Not a lot of women were doing like
male-dominated things. Yeah. No, and I mean, and that's
it was very, very rare.
And I get it. There's a time and a place for everything, and we have now seized that time and taken that place.
Yes.
So, but back in the 1990s, late 1990s.
See, it's weird saying it, right?
It's hard to say. It just wasn't like that. There just wasn't women's sports, really.
No.
And this is kind of like a crack into like getting people
getting
to see.
the foot in the door and seeing like women can do really
women
cool
can box.
things
Women can,
too.
right?
Like
we can do cool things
we
too.
can do
That's
boy
so bizarre,
stuff. You know, it's so dumb. Well, I remember being growing up when I played baseball. Yeah. Like I played with the boys because there wasn't like girls teams.
Wasn't a girl
there
team.
Wasn't softball when I played baseball, also in the 90s.
Right.
But it was like mid 90s. We didn't have that at that time, you know? And so like I always gravitated towards boy stuff too, and was always the outlier for it. Also like you.
Yeah.
And other people, you know, like it's just weird. But we also grew up kind of in that same time frame. Yeah, like on the end of it a little bit.
To where it was weird to be a tomboy. It was weird to like guys or boys things. You were a girl. You were born this way. Yeah. You were expected to
be that.
Act, perform.
Yeah.
Dance. Monkey dance.
Dance monkey. So Christy is kind of telling her story throughout the show, and you know, they just basically start training. So Jim gives her a chance. He's like, all right, you know, I'm going to take a chance, you know, whatever. Let's start training. Puts her through the ringer hardcore. Right. And she's got grit. Like she's grinding through no problem. Like she understands the assignment, you know, like, and basically he throws her just like into fights. Yeah. You know, and she's just plowing through people. Yeah. Girls.
Winning fights left and right, knockouts, like just
ridiculous.
Good.
She's starting to kind of get some attention, and she lands a promotion with Don King, which at the time was a huge boxing promoter in Vegas. Like he had put on tons of cards with really, you know, famous boxers, professionals at that time, whatever. Right. And so she signs with him, and he was the first one to sign like a female boxer. Right. And that was kind of like the first little stepping stone to like becoming more in the public eye per se, you know? And when she was fighting for him, she was fighting every 2 weeks, dude.
Holy cow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot of fights.
Could you imagine? She's like, I have no break. I had like no time to do anything. It was just constantly like training, fighting. That's wild.
It just becomes like an infinite loop at that point if you're just constantly training and fighting.
But even when she was doing that, she was still going through girls, dude. Like she didn't end up taking a loss until a while down into her career. Mm-hmm.
But I also have to consider the fact that women's boxing was probably still fairly new, and the adversities that Christy first faced when she started training, I'm sure every other woman boxer had to fight just as hard to get anybody to give them the time of day to train 100%. Them to get them up to Christy. So I imagine she was like, I mean, obviously she's great, she's a professional, but a lot of the women that were coming up against her were probably fairly fresh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like very not new to the sport, maybe had a career in it with like, you know, growing up in a small town fights before, sort of thing. Yeah. Or, you know, had a brother at a gym training sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, because some of the women in the show also were fighters that she had fought. Yeah. And then also like later became like friends and so forth, you know?
Yeah, I imagine you build like a little community of people.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Especially since it's so niche. Like she's creating the industry.
Yeah, 100%. So after she goes with Don King for a little bit, she ends up also fighting on Mike Tyson's boxing card.
Yeah, Mike
in like
Tyson's
1996.
boxing card is kind of what set her off.
Yes, and that was a pay-per-view show back when you had to like, remember, like
80
back in the
million
day
viewers
on like cable TV when you
would,
had to go to
like
like the pay-per-view channel.
Yeah, and you would like call and say that you want to watch this show at this certain time, and then I don't know what kind of like TV magic would happen to where they would like release the show to your screen. It would just pop up.
Yeah, like instant.
Wild.
Yeah, and you'd have it for like 24 hours. I remember when the movie Hook came out. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
I remember getting that on pay-per-view and I watched it like on repeat until I couldn't anymore.
Until it like fell off.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But they sold 80 million views.
Which is wild. I mean, 80 million views in today's market is hard because there's so many things to watch. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. But
Like and subscribe.
80 million views in the 90s.
Yes.
Late 90s.
And that was a huge fight too because she was fighting, I didn't write the first name, but it was Gogarty.
Yeah.
And so Gogarty was also, I guess, like an equivalent to Christy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I believe
at
she
the
was
time.
Irish fighter.
Yes. And so Christy Martin was not like the fan favorite at that fight.
No.
And then
the whole women's boxing exhibition was not a fan favorite at that fight. Like,
yeah, no.
And a couple of the other things that I watched, like people got up and like left.
Oh shit!
Like
did
they treated it like a intermission.
They're like, oh, nothing to see here.
Meh. And then once her and Gogarty started going through rounds and started just beating the snot out of each other, people came back in.
They were like, wait a second, what's going on here?
Because they went through 6 rounds.
Yes, and these girls beat the shit out of each other, dude. Like they
No
were
holds barred.
hitting hard.
Right.
And
well, I mean, they got something to prove.
Yeah, no, they totally do. But like, what tough women.
Granite chins.
There was blood everywhere, from both of them. Like they really put on a good show. Like they understood
the assignment.
Yeah. Like they understood what the crowd wanted and what they had to do,
right.
And Christy ended up knocking her out.
Right.
And became like, that was like, whew, huge launching point for her. By this time, Christy and Jim have gotten married.
Folks. Yeah.
Which is crazy because remember, there's a 25-year difference.
So,
which is quite a difference. She said
she just got swept up in a moment after a win and kissed him.
Yeah.
And then after that had kind of continued to have a relationship with them because they were like trainer and student. So she had like poured everything she had into him, like everything, all her secrets, all of her truths, basically just gave her all to him because he told her that she was going to be the best women's boxer.
Yes.
And she's like, all right, we got this. And so she gave him everything. Unfortunately for her, maybe as she grew up, as I said, it was a little weird to be gay back in that time.
Yeah, we could talk normal about it.
she had feelings for women.
Yeah, she did.
She expressed that through high school. She also, and a couple of the things that I watched, that she had other girlfriends while she was married to Jim. Mm-hmm. And Jim was like, don't do that. Because Jim was super homophobic.
Yeah.
And again, Jim is coming from
a different time
generation than what is happening right now.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit older values, and that is completely okay. Jim's basically got Christy's parents' values because he's as old as her dad described. He's older than her dad.
Yes, which is wild.
I mean, you find love.
Yeah.
Well, she said,
sure.
She said when she married Jim, she married boxing.
Yeah.
So
maybe how
is
it
kind
was
of how she saw it. Like, I mean, a couple of the other things that I watched is that she got married to Jim because her parents were like, we don't want anything to do with her if she's gay. I don't want a gay daughter. So she's like, fine, I'm not. Look, Jim and I are married now.
Right.
And of course, the lucrative business proposition that she gets from being married to Jim, there's also like Don King enjoyed the fact that the aspect of the fact that she was sleeping with the man in her corner.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of a selling point.
Yeah, for sure.
As well.
Yeah,
and
everyone kind of
course,
like they're like, oh, like power couple.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I mean,
like that
and Jim is also
of,
loving
yeah.
the fact that Christy's just winning.
Yeah, because she's getting paid,
right.
and that
and
means he's also getting paid. You know, or taking advantage of Christy for getting paid.
So there's a lot of animosity in the relationship.
Yes,
unfortunately, it was a marriage of business. It feels like,
for sure. And so, you know, Christy was fighting a lot, like pretty consistently.
Yeah.
You know, like they were winning. She was on, you know, in her prime, like just
44 wins,
going crazy. She ended up fighting Laila Ali.
So yeah, Laila Ali was the fight that ended it for her,
and
started to
Laila
end it for her.
Is a baddie.
Yeah.
Like
holy cow.
Like wow.
And it was great to see that she said that it wasn't like she got into boxing because of her father. She got into boxing because of Christy.
Yeah. And
she saw that Christy could do it and she's like, heck yeah, so can I.
And so she started training.
Right.
And so it was kind of like what an interesting position to find yourself in.
Right.
You know, fighting the person that got
aspired
you
to box,
and knocking her out and ruining, like that was the first time Christy lost, was when Laila knocked her out,
right?
Which was crazy because she had never been knocked out before, not even knocked down,
she had not even been hit that hard,
not even by guys, and she was sparring with men. Like there were guys that were like in her gym that were like, I'm not gonna spar with her, like what are you, crazy?
Right.
You know, because she hits hard.
I mean, but we also have to consider Laila was above Christy's like class in size, weight,
100%.
The fact that Christy went in with weighted pockets and boots, and
I'm surprised that even like the boxing commission even allowed that to
show
happen.
How much that's changed over time, because now they basically get close to what God gave us when we first came out to get weighed.
Yeah, like
it's like you're in your birthday suit.
Yeah, you can do that.
Or a Speedo. Yeah. At a minimum. Mm-hmm. Like you don't walk in with clothes anymore.
No, but Christy like literally like had to add weight to herself.
weigh herself down. Yeah.
To meet the freaking weight limit. And I'm like,
that's like red flag number 7. Right? Yeah.
And what's crazy is, so during that fight, I think is maybe where Christy's mental shift started happening a little bit in her realizations and like how she was feeling about the relationship with Jim. Because, and this is just like my own opinion.
Yeah, this is kind of where I think she sees that Jim is not in her corner anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Laila hit her pretty hard and kind of like stumbled her
in the first round. Yeah, she kept telling him that she didn't feel good. She kept telling him that she was dizzy. She kept telling him, like, am I fighting straight? I feel like I'm hitting on a slant.
She's like, I feel like I'm good. Slanted.
You're good.
And this freaking. It keeps like hitting the back of my neck. Okay. What did my chair like move closer to the plant?
You are probably a little further away.
That's okay.
Regardless.
Sorry guys. I just like felt it like moving all over the place. It's like saying hello.
Our plants are our friends.
They're
and
alive.
Sometimes they're a little too friendly.
I just want to touch you. Okay, yeah. So Laila hits Christy hard in like the first round, knocks her a little bit sideways, and you know, throughout a couple of the rounds, she as you said, she was telling, you know, Jim that she doesn't feel good, this and that, whatever. So she ends up, wait, did she get knocked out or did she take the knee?
She takes a knee.
That's right. She took a knee.
She said it was the most miserable 10 seconds of her life.
Yeah.
Well, because she had to. She said it was just getting to the point to where,
she couldn't see straight.
She was in danger.
Yes. And like, it's her corner's responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because a fighter will continue to fight.
Netflix asked Jim, they confronted him about, well, what, people were like, well, hey, that's your wife in the ring. And Jim's like, well, if I think about, hey, that's my wife in the ring, then I'm not going to think about it like I'm her corner man and she's my fighter.
Right.
You got to kind of take that relationship out of it. But then even still, it's the corner man's responsibility
to protect the fighter.
Even when the fighter still wants to keep going. And
because every fighter's going to keep going. They're going to want to.
And the fact that she has to put herself down says a lot.
Yeah. Like he should have been the one to step in.
He should have pulled it a hot minute ago.
Yeah.
That way she can say, oh, well, I didn't quit the fight.
Right.
Jim called it.
Yeah. And so I could as an athlete or someone who has given their life commitment
for the sport. Yeah.
Like
I mean, because she's put everything into this.
Yeah. It was huge. Not good for her.
No.
So she ends up spiraling after that.
Huge.
Goes on a big, huge Coke bender.
Yeah, pretty much. Becomes dependent on it so much to where Jim's her supplier, unfortunately, and he manipulates her with it.
Super bad. And he's doing weird ass shit and has cameras in the house and is watching her and just being weird. And she's aware that the cameras are in the house.
Right.
And she's just kind of going along with it, trying to figure out her plan to try to leave, know. And she has expressed to Jim a few times that she wants out. Mm-hmm. Let's get a divorce. Let's just go our separate ways. She says that she even wrote up some sort of agreement, to kind of let's part ways or whatever,
Yeah.
And he chose not to or would smack her in the face or whatever, they would get into a heated argument over it.
He was very
he became
abusive.
Very abusive. Yeah. And I don't know if that started before or after
it was throughout the entire relationship, unfortunately.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, I remember there was a moment where he had him and her sparred.
Yeah.
And he knocked her out.
He was the first and only person, the first person up to that point to knock her out.
Yeah, which is wild.
And then the part that got me the most
after
is the fact, is that, sometimes I gotta knock her down a peg. I even wrote it down. Where to go. Anyways.
Yeah, it was something I gotta knock her down a peg or she knows where her place is at or something like that. I don't know. Some
garbage.
Yeah. Bullshit. And so, yes. So,
I mean, during this whole Ali fight, she's asking for a better trainer. Because Jim has been her trainer. And this, I think, is where a lot of the tipping point of the crux of the end of the relationship starts. Mm-hmm. Because she's like, hey, A, you're not being very good to me. B, you're making me do all these weird things that you're videotaping and then also using it as
really strange things,
blackmail later, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And so then she's like, hey, I need an upgrade. You're not enough. I need someone to help me fight this person so that I can win. And he's like, no, you ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. He's like, you don't need a new trainer.
You don't need a new trainer.
I'm the only one.
That's rude. How dare you say that? And then when she loses, right, everything spirals out of control. They keep fighting. She finally reaches out to someone from her past from high school and kind of rekindles a relationship there. Jim gets fucking pissed
that she's rekindling this relationship. Yeah.
Goes out and actually so she goes out to Daytona to meet up with this girl from her past. They hang out. Jim follows her out there, gives her the
stalker
creepy psycho phone call saying, hey, I see you. I could reach out and touch you right now, which is
what the
weird.
Hell?
And then, right? And then so she's like, okay, whatever. I got this. I got to go back home. So she goes back home and it's wild.
Bad.
He sells her out, dude. He takes all of those little blackmail photos and blasts it, sends it to her mom, sends it to all her boxing friends,
Right.
some very inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, like it was a lot of sexual exploitation.
Yeah.
You know, and things that he shared, and he shared with everyone the fact that she
She's
was gay. You
yeah.
know, whatever. And just really trying to make her look like a really bad person.
Just like the worst.
When she was not at all.
Yeah, he's like, she's leaving me for a woman, and there's no,
Yeah, they get into like a huge fight or whatever, and he ends up like smacking her around hardcore and like banging her head on the table. And like as she's describing everything that happened, they're showing all the pictures, you know, of all the injuries. He had a knife and like ended up like stabbing her a couple times.
Yeah, this
and
is
then
the day
cut
that
him-
she's like, he's like, if you ever leave me, I'll kill you. And she's like, you'll do what you got to do, Jim. And then walks out the door, goes, hangs out with her girlfriend. And then she comes home from that, goes, lays down, says she's got a headache. And he's like, I got to talk to you. I got to talk to you. And then she finally, like, she's on the phone with her girlfriend. And she's like, I'm talking to this girl. I'm going to talk to you when I'm done. And he's like, no, I got to talk to you now. And then after that, they hang up the phone and they just get into it.
Yeah.
Like he's got this whole like little kid thing where he's like, oh, I got something to show you.
Yeah.
You'll never guess
And
what
Christy's
it
like,
is.
what the fuck are you
And she
doing?
like kept trying to find it. And then he reaches out and that's when he like
stabs her like 3 times.
7 actually.
Oh shit.
Wasn't it like 7 to 4? I can't remember exactly the number, but a bunch of times. A bunch.
And then
like more than one because it's like da da and then like nails her in the chest.
Yeah.
And then that one like
And they're fighting.
oh my
And
goodness.
it's bad.
And so she's like on the ground actively trying not to die and he's just like popping in every once in a while checking on her seeing if she's dead yet.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of mad that she won't hurry up, but yeah, it was like the first cut that he got on her hand that like it was
His
the
hand.
cut that he got on his hand that like broke the whole thing up.
Yeah. She said that for whatever reason he like stopped immediately
And then like
had
went to go take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when he was doing that,
She's just lying on the floor.
yes. And then I guess he must have fixed his hand, went and got a pew pew,
Yeah.
which was hers.
Her pew pew from the nightstand.
Yes. And came over and shot her.
Actually proceeded to smack the ever-living hell
Yes,
out of her first.
true.
And then as they're having an altercation, she's like, I bet you won't. And he's like, pop.
Like point blank.
Pretty much.
And
Shoots her in
then
the chest.
He goes into the shower.
Right, because she passes out. He thinks she's gone. She wakes up.
Here's the shower running.
Right.
And she's like, I need to get out of the
I
house.
gotta go.
And she gets up
Right. She grabs some laundry.
and flees the house.
and runs out of the house.
out into
Well, not runs, but like leaves the
gets
house.
herself out.
She realizes that she has the wrong keys. She's not going back in the house to get a different set of keys. So she runs into the road and finds a good Samaritan that takes her to the hospital.
Yes.
And so as she's like actively like punctured lung, gunshot wound, like we forgot the part where he like almost sliced her calf off of her leg. Like,
yeah, like head trauma.
Dude,
like she was messed up. So she was recovering in the hospital, obviously, while dealing with all of that. The cops are looking for Jim, which he ran from the scene
7 days, guys.
and hid for 7 days, which is crazy. He was found in like a freaking abandoned shed in like
he was like in his he was like in his friend's tool shed next.
Yeah. He was just camping out in there for a fucking week.
I can't like.
I'm like,
could
that's
you imagine?
wild.
Like, okay, so I'm Jim. Jim's not a good guy. I'm a good guy, but Jim's not a good guy. So he gets out. He just got done doing all this business to his old lady, and so he's in there washing his hair. You know, gets out of the shower. Gotta go check on see if she's gone yet, and then she's gone. Could you imagine the sheer amount of
panic
that is going through his mind when he realizes like the mess that he made, got up and left? Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, Jim.
I understand why he was like, I need to go hide somewhere.
They found him in the tool shed with the knife that he like stabbed her with, just ready to go. Like the officer said, this was in the 48-hour special. Like the officer said he had to put the knife down or like unalive him. And he's like, okay. Puts the knife down.
Dummy. So ridiculous.
It's insane.
Pretty cut and dry trial after that, though, for the most part, after he gets arrested, you know, and
because
they
he
do
wanted
the
wanted
investigation.
self-defense, and in order for him to get self-defense, he had to admit that he stabbed and shot her.
Yeah.
Which obviously was the case, right?
Yeah.
But like,
And
they're
like,
trying to paint Christy as the aggressor because
Yeah.
Jim was not a boxer. He was just a promoter and a trainer.
right.
So he was not like ever able to fight. Like all of Jim's perspective or all of Jim's attorneys were trying to gain was like, he's a frail old man
Yeah.
and he was never a fighter.
Right.
And like Christy's the aggressor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is never going to hold up, guys.
No.
Like he popped a bunch of holes in her balloon with a couple different items. Like this is not,
Yeah.
this is not playing nice.
No.
Like you're not supposed to do this without repercussions.
No.
And he got 25 years.
Yes.
Good for him. I think they said he'd be like 90 something when they got out.
Like 92 or some shit like that. And she's like, that son of a bitch, stubborn ass, would probably live to be fucking 92.
Just live to be long enough to get out.
Just to get out and do something stupid. But like, that's such a wild situation to be in. And like, gosh, I'm so happy she was able to get out, first of all.
Yeah.
And it obviously made me think about like, how many other times has that happened? Have similar things like that happen to women that weren't publicized, obviously.
Right.
Where there's like the male female athlete coach interaction that
Well, it's like the
is
teacher
like,
student dynamic.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a power play, but it is a power play because
Right.
I know more than you. So I am teaching you.
Yeah.
And you need to trust me.
Yep.
In everything that I'm doing.
all that weird ass shit.
regardless of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you'll get to where you're going.
Right. Which is like, it's just crazy. And like, I mean, we talk about it as if like it doesn't exist, but we know that it exists and that it's out there.
Oh,
like,
it's so
in
easy.
today's world,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
still, you know, like there's jiu-jitsu gyms and MMA gyms in Colorado that have weird ass coaches, you know, like we're aware of them. Trevor's like, it's not as bad now, but like years ago is 10 times worse.
I mean, it doesn't
But, like,
even stop at fighting.
Those red flags are
you
there.
get into like
it's
the other sports, like anything in the Olympics, gymnasts.
yes, gymnasts for sure, as we know.
Any other like females in their sports being exploited
Yes,
because they're females. Like it's just a matter of like we just got to leave people alone. Like
and it just sucks that like women always have to deal with shit like that, no matter what the fuck we try to do. Well, you know, like there's always like
I get it.
Watch out for the creepy fucking people.
Yeah, watch out for the
But,
creepy
like,
dudes.
Men, I just don't feel I have to worry about that as much in anything that they do or anything that they try, any sport, any whatever. And it's just shitty.
I don't
like,
feel like
that
this
we live
had
in a world
lot-
like that.
This sucked a lot because she was a female in a very male-dominated industry, and she's cutting her teeth.
Yeah,
In
for
something
sure.
new like that. But
And
I
that
think this
I can
exploitation
understand.
was really more because of age. Age exploitation gains no sex. Like it doesn't care if you're male or female.
Yeah.
It'll take advantage of you either way. But it's sad to see it happen because this poor girl fought her true self for so long.
Yeah, and she was badass and like didn't deserve to be manipulated in those ways and made to feel like she was less than or powerless or whatever.
Right. Because
shitty
she was so powerful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was
Are
like
you
the
kidding me?
amount of like actual power that she had and did not realize is kind of a bummer, but like, I don't know. I mean you never know when you're in it. When you're in it, you're in it, right? Like
Right.
You have no outside perspective.
Right. Thankfully, she was able to get some perspective. And while she was trying to get out, you know, in a normal way,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
and then this happened.
She had advocates. She had other people
Yes.
reach out to her and say, "Hey, Jim's doing some shady stuff.
Yeah. You need to
pay
get
attention."
the fuck out.
Yeah.
I love that, you know, Jim's little interviews and bits and pieces were obviously while he was still in prison.
Yeah.
And like he was saying some like dumb little
Off
comments.
the cuff stuff, man.
Just stupid ass
It just goes
shit.
to show that that Jim is an old guy. That's
Yeah.
That's all Jim is. Jim's
Like-
just an uncouth old guy. It doesn't excuse his behavior, but it definitely explains a lot of the fucking bullshit he says.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
gross.
Kind of a crusty dude. Did you see his like real photos, dude? Like when they were taking the bleached blonde hair and the black mustache. I was like, wow, those are contrasting colors.
Yeah.
So many
much.
contrasting colors on one face.
So much.
And like the big sunglasses. Like I get it. I'm a fan of big frames.
That
Don't
was
get
the
me
style,
wrong.
man.
I get it. But like sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it is.
So much else going on.
Yes. So that, I mean, pretty much sums up, you know, the story, obviously, of Christy Martin.
So my question to you on this whole thing was, I'm just going to barge in on whatever the fuck you were trying to do.
That's okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But like, what is it like to watch someone you like, love, cherish, get beat up on? For funsies. That's the part that gets me. It's like he's going out there willingly to do this.
Yeah.
Just to maybe see if he'll win.
Yeah. Well,
and then he's just out there getting his face rearranged, getting his ears pulled in different places.
Beat up like in training than when he actually like fought. Like the training is more brutal sometimes than like your actual fight.
Match.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, lucky for him, his fights didn't last past the first round. But like I remember him coming home like shuffling through the door, like caught a black eye or, you know, popped a rib, you know, and like shit like that is like, cause you have to train hard.
Right. Cause you have to prepare for all of that.
Yes. And
cause
like,
you're going to get all of that and more cause someone is out to get you.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to train 10 times harder than what
it actually happens in the match. Yeah. Cause you're, I guess, preparing for every possible scenario. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that guy wants to knock you out.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and
just as bad as you want to knock. Yeah.
Right. It's the whole reason why we're there. Right.
They want to knock you the fuck out and win.
So is it hard to watch someone just like beat up on your guy?
Not for me. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. You're like, it wasn't hard to watch him get shit knocked out of him. It was fine.
Well,
only because you knew that he had been training properly and he was prepared for this scenario.
I watched
this
whole
wasn't
fight.
just like a random bar brawl. Right?
No,
I get it. This is all.
But I do have confidence
in
him that if we ended up in a random bar brawl, that, you know, he would be able to hold his own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's not one, like he doesn't go looking for fights.
No. I don't see him as
like he doesn't enjoy getting punched in the face at all. Like it hurts when you get punched.
Yes.
You know, like
yes, it does.
Like people don't like.
I mean, I've been
that.
punched in the face. Have you been punched in the face? I've been punched in the face a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times. It doesn't feel good at all. And so yeah, like nobody wants that to happen. No. Especially like when you're older. Like
especially not when you're older.
Like when we're in like our 40s.
Could you imagine getting punched in the face now?
No. I don't want that to happen. I will de-escalate. Now I will, you know, if someone punches me in the face, I will throw down, no problem. But like I am not gonna go looking for this situation.
What does it have to do to get to me to where someone's like punching you in the face? That's got to get high up there. That's got to be like some high octane energy that's happening.
Yeah, like, and it better be some 20-something-year-old that's trying to punch me in the face and not someone also in their 40s, because that would be weird.
That you're equally matched at that point. Of course, you want someone
for this.
You're like, our knees are too bad to be throwing down.
Nobody wants to be falling over in our 40s.
Do you want to feel this tomorrow? I don't want to feel this
sticky.
Tomorrow.
It's gross.
It's gross. It's just not.
Yeah. So
That's
no.
hilarious,
but
dude.
yeah. So no, I don't have no. It didn't really bother me.
It wasn't hard to watch.
No.
Did it make you feel sad?
No. Not at all. I
mean, it's kind of exciting to watch two dudes beat the shit out of each other. Sorry, I do enjoy it.
It is exciting.
It's fun.
And like we went to
I
the
get
fights.
why boxing is like a sport.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And like I was never really into the fights until I met Trevor. You know? And like when I met him, he didn't fight. He was actually like a guy that like wrote on like social media. Like he would give live social media updates
he was
for like the local MMA fights. I don't know what you call that. Like when Facebook like first came out, and like that's was like the biggest thing. Like, oh, we got live Facebook updates, guys. Like that was like a huge thing for like MMA. Like when that social media platform came to be like a thing, you know? And so he would go and like give the live updates on all the matches or whatever. And so we would always have like free tickets to go.
Yeah.
And so that's how I started getting really into it. And then just like progressed from there. For me, like he had always kind of like lingered in it.
Right. He was always been dipping his toes.
Yeah.
But would you ever put yourself in the ring?
If I was younger, 100%.
Really?
Yeah. I think I would.
Interesting.
If I was like,
it, yeah.
if I was in like my 20s
and like
again,
set in that direction,
I would consider it for sure. I feel like I could do it.
Feel like you could box?
Yeah.
I could see you boxing.
I mean, it's just training.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like any other sport, please. No.
But like, I think I have that switch though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in other situations that requires the switch to happen and it's there.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could be good. What about you?
I don't think I could. Every time I've gotten into a fight, I completely black out.
Blackout good and win, or blackout bad,
blackout,
not good?
I mean, because I'm not in a state where I'm
blackout like not aware.
Yeah. Like I'm not
Okay.
like I'm on autopilot and people are telling me the story afterwards.
Is it not good?
I mean,
is it not good autopilot?
Out of the few that I've
autopilot boxing,
I've come out of on like out of the 3 ratios probably that I've been punched in the face, I came out on top maybe twice.
Okay, well that's not bad.
No, but I mean,
for being, unaware of the situation.
But like I don't,
for being on
all
autopilot.
I know is that like, oh, I'm about to get hit in the face, and then I get hit in the face, and then
you're like,
and then I don't remember what happens after I get hit in the face. All I remember is the shit that I chat afterwards when I'm talking to that person's friend, and everybody's going like their opposite ways
after like the shit's calmed down.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'd be good. It would not be a good sport for me. Not saying that I couldn't like hold my own if I had to.
Yeah, no, I
mean, I am pretty scrappy and I have a big mouth, so unfortunately I have to defend it sometimes. It was way worse when I was younger. But as is most things. But like it's never something that I would ever really want to pursue. The emotional drain, I think, would be too much.
Yeah.
Of the adrenaline of being up there so high, like having to have yourself in that fight mode and then coming down from that is
hard, I'm sure.
Would be a fucking fall, I'm sure. Like,
yeah.
You'd have to have some serious coping tools.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I mean, and it's, I don't know, I just can't fight for fun.
Yeah.
Like, it would really have to be something for me to like have to put fist to face.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, I mean,
I don't think I could flip that switch, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's totally fair. I think I definitely would give it a try if I was younger, for sure, and be like, let's fucking train and let's see where it goes. Right. Because, I'm weird like that. I'm like, I'm going to try this.
I'm going to take this on. Yeah, no, and that's what I absolutely love about you.
Yeah. But I really enjoy like shit that like really pushes me.
That spikes your adrenaline
so
so hard.
Like, and that is a huge, something that's like a really big like mental battle like that. Like, because training for a fight or training in general, like that dedication, that discipline, that grit, like you have to really dig deep a lot of times to sometimes even get through those fucking workouts. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like
to figure out why you're actually doing this.
Yeah. And like to push through and like to just overcome all of that on like the mental aspect of it. When I do things like that, it's like very rewarding when you come out on the other side. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I kind of enjoy like, let me beat myself up a little bit so I can fucking climb back up, or in a weird way, I know.
I'm a comfy princess.
I'm a little kind of,
I don't like
adversity.
adversity.
Fun fact, and then we'll wrap up. In the early 1900s, like 1900 specifically, like the Olympics.
1903 or 1900
Olympics.
Okay.
In Paris. was the first time women officially competed in the Olympics.
Heck yeah.
Which is that crazy?
That's great.
And there's only 22 women out of 997 participants. Only 22 of them were women. And they only participated in 5 sports. Tennis, sailing, which is sailing. That's an odd one. Equestrian, golf, and croquet.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
The weird
The mallet and the ball.
alternative golf.
Golf with wire hoops.
Yeah. Which I thought was interesting.
I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, that's a lot considering that there was nothing prior to.
Yeah.
And that was the first year and there was 5 sports. I mean, for the first year, I expect there to be like one event that women would participate in.
Yeah.
Instead of
I guess
like
I had expected more. I was like, really? Only 5?
But going from nothing to 5?
True.
I mean, and I get it. There was like 900 participants and only 22 were female.
Yeah. So 22, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. So almost split like evenly, you know, like a few in each.
And I mean, and I get the sports that they were in, especially given the time, like horseback riding, like horses.
For sure.
Even though I get there's a lot of male dominance in there, I think it's been female dominated since time. Just because we have a better way with animals. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
But like all the sports that you listed off
Yeah.
make sense, which shows forward progress. I
Yeah.
appreciate that that there's been people who have had to struggle and suffer in order to get
And I was also reading
women in the industry.
I was trying to find like weird like fun facts for like women's sports like publicly, like when like publicly things became a thing, but everything kept referring back to the Olympics.
Yeah.
But in like the early 1900s also, like women in general at different parts of like the world would try to create like their own like little like
Exhibitions.
not exhibitions, but like their own like little sports teams or like their own whatever, you know, in their area.
I see,
you know,
like their own leagues.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was like super like low key and like not really like talked about often.
Right.
You know, which is wild.
I mean, we still struggle with that today. Not a lot of people watch women's sports.
True.
I mean, the WNBA is not as popular as the NBA.
No.
Do you hear anything about women's softball?
No.
No. I mean, you hear a lot about women's volleyball.
Yes.
I don't hear a lot about men's volleyball. Sorry.
Yeah. But even like when I was a teenager, and I could be misspeaking because I did not go to high school traditionally. So I don't know what sports really happened in my high school because I didn't attend.
Probably the typical ones.
But like volleyball wasn't really that big for me in like growing up. Like as a young kid, even in elementary school, middle school, volleyball was not a thing that like my friends or anybody that I knew at my schools did. In comparison to like raising Jaden, when she was in like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, she played volleyball. Like that was the thing that girls did.
I played volleyball.
Which is weird because like we grew up around the same time, but like literally like nobody I knew in my either sets of my friend groups in middle school or high school played volleyball.
Yeah, we were in Colorado at that time, so it was...
Which was weird. Like volleyball like didn't become a thing to me until I moved to Colorado for kids. When I had kids that played.
Right.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, it was, I mean, because it was on the list of sports to try out. And I mean, of course, I'd done soccer and softball.
Yeah.
Volleyball made sense.
Like volleyball
Track.
was the only sport I didn't do.
Yeah.
Growing up. Like everything else was there. Except for like volleyball was not an option.
Interesting. Which is wild.
Like I don't ever remember seeing it on like the list.
The sports list?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably because it wasn't popular in your area.
I guess not.
Well, I mean,
in Arizona, they're like, nah.
Considering it's hot AF.
They're like, we only play outdoor sports.
Yeah, right. In the winter.
Baseball and soccer.
Right.
All the time. It was freaking hot in the winter, bro.
I know. I have a couple coworkers in Arizona, and they're
Yeah.
like, during the winter, they're like, it's 85 degrees today. And I'm like, it's snowing.
It's snowing. So yeah, that was kind of just my random little fun facts. Did you have any other
I already
questions?
grilled you on all my questions.
Good. Done with questions. Just kidding.
So tell me.
If you guys have something you'd like to share, please let us know questions that you have, or like, what was it like for you? Have you had battles with like,
Trying to break through in either your
Yeah.
sport or your industry?
yeah, do you play any sports that are like male dominated, or
Female
work in that
dominated,
industry or anything? Anyways, guys, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. We are here every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Join the premieres. We'll
See you then.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
From truth or lies, we'll call it out. They whisper gossip, but we shout. Pop culture queens and headphones clear. Girl, did you hear what's up